Natalia. I'm a luxury destination wedding planner. I work from my home here in Barcelona and design luxury events across Southern Europe. Before we get stuck in, I wanted to tell you why I have decided to start sharing wedding planning and elopement planning tips for free here on YouTube and on the other social media sites. I've seen lots of new wedding planning courses going to market, but most of them contain generic information. I like this to be a place where you can get genuine in-depth answers to the questions you have, either when you're considering eloping or getting married abroad, or even once you started the process. You can follow me here, and my username is MakeItHappenBCN on all other platforms too, except in Twitter, which is BCN Make It Happen. In this vlog, I'm going to give you insight into possibly one of the least glamorous but most important parts of planning a luxury event: budgeting. Yes, I can confirm you that determining your wedding budget, it is a complex assignment. Even more because many of you don't know how much can involve the real cost of a wedding. But let me tell you that it is also a key point of the process and a meaningful decision-making factor. Now, some of my clients do come to me with a limitless budget, but the vast majority will have a good budget, but will need to stick to a figure they have in mind all the same. One of the most important parts of my work with couples is to make sure we create a high-end and luxury feel, but stay within that budget. So I'm going to share some of my tips and take you along to two of the suppliers I work with on a regular basis. One of them a luxury catering company for events, and the other a high-end florist, to get their expert insight for you too. My first piece of advice is to set the budget early. It can be more difficult to budget after you have chosen your dream venue or pick a couture wedding gown. Sitting down with your partner and working out how much you can set aside or how much you decide to set aside for your big day, and asking your families if they will be contributing and to what extent from the outset is ideal. This means that you can work with your planner to find a venue and other wedding suppliers who fall in line with your final budget from the outset, instead of having to scream and save at the end. Then, think about guest numbers. This will make a huge impact on how you can spend your wedding budget, regardless how big or small it is. I suggest you to make a list of people you want to invite first. Then, add those who you need to invite. Add on the people you should invite, and then ask family if there are any guests they would like to add to the list. From there, see what the numbers look like. And you can cut numbers more easily by working your way up the list from the bottom. It's always a tough step, I know it, but remember, it's your day, and people there should be those you will want to see in your wedding photos for decades to come. Have a chat about the plus ones too, just so you can have a really clear idea of maximum numbers early on. Trust me, it will really help with budgeting for everything, from furniture hire to catering. As opposed to fixed numbers, try to look at figures as percentages. This can be a good way to discover where your priorities lay. For example, if a couple is looking to make a big impact with flower displays, they will need to consider allocating a 30% of their budget to flowers, whilst those for whom food is the most important aspect will need to spend more on catering than on anything else. This means that if you have to tighten your budget due to an unexpected expense, or if you receive a bonus or a gift, you can easily adjust figures to fit the overall budget. At Make It Happen BCN, we generally work with couples who have a budget of 60,000 euros to 80,000 euros for 100 guests. And of course, those figures go up for larger parties. Finally, set your non-negotiables. Yes, this is the part you like the most. If there's a particular detail you've always dreamt of, having a videographer as well as a photographer, for example, or having a large wedding cake, get that book early on. The reason for this is twofold. Firstly, it means you will be sure to make your dream a part of your wedding day when it comes around. And secondly, because that way the funds will be allocated and secured early on, so you won't wind up having to give up on something special because you book other suppliers first. These tips will give you a great foundation to start from. Don't forget that a good wedding planner will always be happy to guide you through the budgeting process too. If you fancy discussing your budget with me, feel free to reach out and we can have a chat. But for now, I'm off to meet up with the first expert supplier of this month's vlog to discuss all things wedding gastronomy. I'm here with Susana, a member of Àngels Catering at their headquarters in La Garriga. I have some questions that I think many couples often have when they start planning their wedding. But first, could you tell us a bit what you are and how you started working on high-end events?
Well, actually, we are catering. We are not an old catering. We have like 5 years old now, and we started this because of Angel's passion. She has always loved to cook, actually, and well, this is a team's work. Angels makes everything about cooking passionate. It's like very careful with the products she chooses, the way she's cooking. Nothing can be frozen and then heated, things like that. Then we have Danny, he's in charge of all the graphic design, all the ideas, the website. He's very careful with what colors do we use, all kind of stuff like that. Raul is the problem solver at events. When we are, it should be all smoothly and perfect, but sometimes things happen, and then he takes care of whatever it happens and makes it disappear or just work it out. Then we have Jaime, who is our maitre, and we trust in him because service is quite a difficult thing to work with, because it's depending on people, and if people doesn't know you and you are not aware of the way we are working, it could be a bit tricky. So we all together just use this team to flow it out, to just go perfect. And me myself, I've been just working on events, organizing and designing and all that. That's the point where all details, I'm very picky and like everything's perfect. But yeah, mainly it's teamwork here. We are all of us putting our best, but still Àngels is the one who makes everything possible, because it's an odd cuisine. It's just like something very different for a catering, because it's very difficult to get a good result when you are outside your premises. So it's good, and she's got very good imagination or taste, and she was rewarded by the Roca brothers, and that makes everything go better, because it's something that gives you a plus in our service, I think. Àngels decided, when she was already working with events. It was not cooking, but it was organizing as well. And somehow she just decided to turn her passion into her full-time job. And she quit her job and started this. There was a contest where she could present one of her specialities, and she won the contest for the Roca brothers, Sayeda Can Roca. And then she realized she might have something else that could make a living of her passion. So she just went for it, and here we are.
We are very lucky to work on what we are passionate about. As you know, we are talking budget. in this video blog. How do you advise couples budget for the services you offer?
We are quite a different caterer because we don't like to have a proposal for everyone. We rather have a tailor-made one with depending on the venue, on the budget, on the season, and of course the preferences of our customers. And we don't want either to have a proposal that is only with the food or the things we are more confident cooking, or like this is what we have and we can't move from here. But we rather have kind of examples of what we can do. Of course, we have to present what we have. We have the services as formal classic banquet with everything, all the details, all the formal seating and decorations, everything. Or we could also offer the cocktail style menus, which is more informal, where everyone can just move around and chat with everyone, having the same, having just a good time. It depends on our customers, so it's a matter of choosing or talking. What do you like? What are your preferences? And then we can see it or speak about it and talk about it and just find what it's better for each couple. As an advice, we would suggest our couples to that less turns to be more. I mean, not using a lot of food, but good food, the right amount, which is enough, but high quality, and this makes all the difference.
Do you suggest a percentage of the global budget, for example?
It all depends on the couple, because it's up to, if they are looking for a high gastronomic event, then the percentage would be like around between 60 and 80% of the total budget. It is obviously depending on what is best or what is the most important thing for the couple. If what they like is a super wow effect, maybe the decoration would rise, but still the catering is the food is what makes memories in the end, because it's something it goes directly to your brain or your memories. So this is the percentage we would just talk about, like 60 to 80%, yes, more or less.
Regarding the less is more concept that you've mentioned, in recent years we've been seeing lighter food receptions, possibly because weddings take place during the spring and summer season, and is when people in general terms prefer eating less heavy food. But on the other hand, it's becoming very trendy to offer s'mores bar in many celebrations during the party time or the open bar. So don't worry, because you won't stay hungry. How early on in the planning process should couples get in touch with your catering?
We would say around 1 year, because we take care of only one wedding or one event per weekend, as we want to give all the time it deserves, and we need to give it enough attention. And of course the dates on high season is, it's the same dates for everyone, so they run out early. But not only for this, there are quite a lot of things to be done. The proposals, as I said, it's all tailor-made, and we need time to get to know our couples and see and find the perfect proposal for them. Also, they should plan if they want to come and make a test first. All of this, always in the testing, there's changes. So in the end, we have to have time to see that everything's going perfect. Also, depending on the event quantity of people who are coming, we would need more time or less. It's not the same on 80 people coming for a wedding or an elopement, or it depends also. We can always play with dates, because sometimes you just decide by heart and you want to come and do it this summer, and if we have availability then it's no problem. But still, always when things can be handled with time, it's always easier for both of us.
Are there any ways you can suggest for couples to add some extra impact without using up more of their budgets when it comes to the services you offer?
We really believe in product, in high quality products, and we are very lucky here because we have extremely good products and a wide range. Also a fantastic team of producers, fishmongers, butchers, which, well, they are very happy to help whenever we need any advice or how to present a new proposal. And we believe that every day the events are changing to a more unconventional celebration. And we think, or we have been seeing in our events, that show cookings, for example, in our cocktail menu services is show cooking stations where people can see actually someone cooking their meal just in front of them. Is something they appreciate very much. That would be a wow factor, and it really does not add price to the budget, because it is less expensive, or it gets not that impact when you need more rented material for a full dress table with all the parliament and everything. So it will add value with doing nothing. It's just a wow impact, and it's something that goes to your people, to all the invites.
We share your vision, because at Make It Happen VCN we always recommend our couples to choose local products and genuine gastronomy, because they will gain in quality and also get the most out of their celebration. Finally, do you have any insider tips on trends for 2020 and 2021 weddings?
We found that people are more into a more traditional or honest cooking, and this is something we have found in all our couples who are asking us for, do you have this traditional meal from Barcelona or from here, Spain? And it's quite it opens your eyes a bit, so you can just think that maybe this is what we are going for. And apart from this, and maybe it's opposite, but it also comes with quite a strength, international buffet and international food in the end, from Thailand, from Japan, Peru, lots of places which are also we have our couples are not always both from all over the world. I mean, it's just maybe one is from Scotland and the other one is from who knows who, and we can just see the trend that everyone knows a lot of the globalization. We just want to have everything on our place, because our invites normally will be from all parts of the world, so they can give them like a bit of protagonism. They could come. So this is what we have been found. What we have found out is that our couples want something tailor-made that shows how they are. They want what they want to share with their people, and they want something different to the rest of the other events they have been in, and something that is very themselves. So this is what I think it's coming.
Absolutely. We love Frisian cuisine and exotic dishes too. Our mission is to make our clients' dreams, wishes and ideas a reality. This is what we are for. Well, Susana, thank you so much for your time and for this interesting chat.
It's been a pleasure.
We're off to meet with a high-end florist now. I'll catch up with you there.
Hi, I'm here with the Offlore team, Ana and Paula, at their atelier in Barcelona. Thank you so much for agreeing to chat to us today. As you know, we're chatting about budgeting for luxury destination weddings on this blog. To start off, could you tell us a bit about what you do and your career so far?
Offlore is a flower workshop and decoration from Barcelona. I started 3 years ago, and my background is from marketing and business, and I've been working on several multinationals many years, but I was not really happy, and I wanted to do something more meaningful and more creative, so I decided to start the company. And just 1 year after, Paula joined the team, and nowadays she's my second hand.
I come from journalism area, and I have the same experience than Anna, that after some years of work, I want to change my life. I always love flowers and nature, and I am lucky that we have a friend in common that she introduces, and when Anna explained me the project, I really know that I want to be part of this project.
Well, as any other new business, we started with very small projects, but after 1 year, we started growing very, very fast, and we had bigger and bigger projects. Our main goal is to create unique atmospheres through flowers and other kind of decorative elements. And I think that the key on luxury weddings is to take care of every single detail. And we also really love destination weddings because it brings us an opportunity to work with different cultures. Like we did a Jewish wedding, and we have several also this year, and it's very nourishing for us to work with different cultures, learn how all the details work, and we are really looking forward to do some Chinese or maybe Arabic, or I don't know, we are open to any new challenge. And for us, every wedding is an absolutely new project that we treat with all our loves and the most creative ideas that we have.
I totally agree with you. Working with people from other countries and diverse cultures make my work very interesting as well as challenging. What would you say couples can do to make their floral styling feel high-end?
The most important is the harmony that we create with the space and the unique atmosphere that we can also create, not only through flowers but also through other decorations such as mirrors or a lot of candles or many other decorative elements. For us, it's very important to transmit the couple's feelings through the flower decoration and all the atmosphere that we create. And usually we choose a theme or a storytelling to guide a little bit all the decoration and to transmit this feeling through all the decoration, all the space, everything. And we also really like to transform the space and create a wow effect, but it really depends. Sometimes this wow effect you can make it in a very single spot because the place requires more integration with the decoration, or some other spaces need a lot of transformation, and then we can create a big wow in general in all the decoration that we do.
Absolutely. We believe that harmony is the key, as you have said, and you can make it happen with planned storytelling throughout the event. We work with our styling projects in the same way. And here comes the million-dollar question. How much of their budget would they need to allocate to flowers to achieve this?
Okay, I think this is a difficult and tricky question because it depends on the space, it depends on the number of guests, and it depends on the wedding concept. Every wedding it's a new project where we work together with the couple and the wedding planner, and the idea is to create a unique atmosphere for that day.
And is there any figure you have in mind to achieve a successful result?
Well, as we said, it's a difficult question, but let's make an example. So let's say that it's a wedding that it's like half an hour from Barcelona and that you have 100 guests. They do the ceremony over there and we do an arch with a lot of flowers and some bouquets for the benches. And that in the dinner they decide to use round tables, so it would be around 10 tables. For the centerpieces we could mix high and low centerpieces to balance a little bit the pricing because high ones they are a little bit more expensive. And that we use a good amount of flowers, not the most premium ones. And that we also combine it with some greens, we could also add some candles. And all of these would be around, with the transportation also assemble and assemble included, around 2,500 euros plus taxes.
Another main question is how early in the planning process and budgeting process do you advise couples think about their flower arrangements?
For luxury weddings, the ideal is to start 1 year in advance. We will have to visit the space and then see the different places that we have to decorate. After, we have to start working on the wedding concept and flower decoration. We need to order the flowers with time to assure that we have the colors and types that we want with the best quality. Also, we have to coordinate a big team to do all the flower installation that can take more than 3 days.
I think it's great that you've given to bridegrooms these details so they can have a slight idea of the magnitude of producing the decor for a luxury destination wedding. But what happens if flower decor isn't maybe as high on couples' priority list as other suppliers and services? Could you suggest any changes they could make to lower their spend a little while still getting a high-end effect?
First of all, it's very important the space that they choose. There are some places that they are naturally full of greens and flowers and they don't need a lot of flower support. Also, they could use seasonal flowers instead of premium flowers like hydrangeas or peonies that fast increase the price of the flower arrangements. We can also help the couples to prioritize and focus on the decoration that will be more visible and skip the little details that sometimes the guests will not pay attention to.
Fantastic tips! And finally, do you have any insights into trends in your sector for 2020 and 2021 weddings?
Well, in 2019, it's been a very big trend to work on ceiling installations with a lot of greens and lights or candles hanging. And this trend keeps on growing this 2020. Also talking about ceiling installations, it's becoming very trendy to use huge vintage lamps with a lot of greens just on top of very, very big and long imperial tables. After many years of green and white predominance, colors are gaining their space again, step by step, and now we're starting to do a lot of centerpieces with more colors, especially pastel colors, and also some dried flowers. And the colors are not only on the flowers, but also in the candles. Another trend that is growing and more demanded is deconstructed and very wild and natural decorations with a lot of greens, but that look really like if you just pick them from the nature.
Couples are also asking for green and natural walls with their own logo, and they use it like a photo call for the wedding. Another trend is to use transparent boxes with greens and flowers inside to use as a seating plan, for example. And of course the sustainable weddings. Weddings where we use plants, dried and preserved flowers that the couple and the guests can take it after the wedding. Plantable paper invitations, vegan menus, etc.
We've come to the end of today's interview with the Our team. Thank you so much for all this helpful advice. I'm sure the viewers will have found it really interesting.
Thank you for having come to visit us. It was a pleasure and we really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed sharing this time with me and with the awesome suppliers we have introduced you. Feel free to start implementing all the advice we've given you, and remember that if you want to discuss your wedding budget with us, we are available to help you out. If there's any question you would like me to answer in the next vlog, please leave a comment below. That's all from us for this month's vlog. Be sure you follow me at Make It Happen VCN on all platforms and follow today's featured suppliers too. Catch up again soon, wedding mates!